I have addressed this issue several times before. We did go to the PERC board and we did win a decision from them in regards to representation of members in investigations and disciplinary procedures. I know of at least two instances in this last semester in which members were denied the representation rights. The district administrator violated the rights of the member. Our concern is that the administration, and in the response it seems pretty clear, didn't seem to take it with the amount of gravity that they should. And since that time, I know of at least two incidents in which members have had their rights for representation abridged by administrators. So they continue to violate this. Graver concern right now because of the maelstrom of information that's surrounding this, and misinformation and rumors, innuendo, and bad feelings. And the bad feelings run very deep. I want everybody to, who is here on behalf and in support of Dwight Asberry, to either raise your hand or stand, please. Thank you. Thank you. I've been, of course, involved with this since shortly after he was removed from his classroom during the middle of a practice. And it was my concern at the time that I was intentionally not informed of this and left out of the loop until after the fact, because perhaps I would have objected to the method in which this was done. I cannot interfere with the workings of the administration. I understand that as well as anybody. I have even counseled my members on that very same subject. However, I certainly would have put up a very good argument for at least allowing him to complete his class before humiliating him in front of those students, and then continuing the humiliation for weeks and weeks afterwards. And he is suffering. I will have to say this about Mr. Asberry. As the only member of this district who is still allowed to have contact with him under the instructions of the administration, I would like you and the audience to know that despite it all, his spirits are very high. He has a level of character that I honestly can't fathom. It is not me. You've known me long enough, you know that I don't think I'd be so understanding. I guess that's the word I have to use. He's very understanding about this. He knows he has to go through the process, and he also knows he's going to be exonerated in the end. I would probably be a little more irritable than he is. You who know him understand that he is a very likable person, a very positive person, a very, I think, emotionally strong person, and that is carrying him through this. But it is not to say that there is not humiliation nor difficulty to overcome. In the weeks that have followed, many of the parents here, students here, have been here before, and they've asked you to take a close look at this, expedite this procedure, get him back in the classroom, get him back in front of the band. We still don't have any real charges, complaint, idea of what the actual subject matter of this is, and yet he's being treated as a criminal. He's being investigated. He's voluntarily answering the questions of administrators, a private investigator, a forensic CPA, all without any guile, without any type of subterfuge, without any type of obstruction. He has been 100% compliant with every rule. He has been attempting to handle this the best way he can, and I applaud him for his spirit in this. And yet, I was in two of those investigation meetings, and I have to say that I still don't see it. There was no cause for him to be removed in the way he was, pure and simple. It was just humiliation. It was leaked out to the newspapers before the parents had an opportunity to find out about it. Parents were in panic for 2 days. The meeting that was held that following Friday didn't really help them any. They're still very upset, and I'm sure you'll be hearing about that today. And my concern is that justice is done. And there can be no justice for Dwight, because what would happen if he comes back to school tomorrow is that he will have to fight to regain his pride, his dignity, his honor before the students. A lot of them are convinced he's guilty of some very heinous crimes, because that's the rumors that have been allowed to be spread. And that's going to take time. That's going to take a lot of time to overcome. I'm really more beside myself than I appear. I struggle with this every day because I believe that he's a person who has been violated simply for the color of his skin. And I don't believe that that can happen these days. I just didn't think it could, but I really do, in my heart of hearts, believe that's what it is. I hope you have it within you to look deeper into the situation. We need Dwight back. It's the only fair thing. The sooner we get him back, the sooner the healing will begin. And I thank you. Any questions?